It's no secret that a trip to Disneyland Paris isn't cheap, but if money's no object, there are some seriously fancy, exclusive and expensive things you can do. Let's dive right in. Hi everyone, it's Adam from Disney. In this video we'll cover how the rich do Disney and give a few tips on how to get that plussed experience if you're not blessed with deep pockets. First up, hotels, and I doubt this is going to be a shocker. If you have cash to splash, Disney has some very deluxe resorts. I put both the Marvel Hotel and the Disneyland Paris Hotel in this category. Both are jam-packed with amenities, beautiful details, gorgeous rooms, fantastic food and bars, and all of them super close to the parks. If money is no object here, suites are the way to go. These range in price from expensive to insanely expensive. But if you want to grab a slice of luxury on a slight budget, you do have some options. The first is to consider upgrading to one of the premium rooms. These can be as low as an extra £10 to £30 a night for a room that's close to the lifts or close to the main building, to several £100s for some rooms which have terraces or concierge level. This isn't cheap, but if you shop around all the Disney hotels, not just the two mentioned, you can get some great deals. For example, a suite in Sequoia Lodge will run you significantly less than one in the Disneyland Hotel. As another option, if you're open to stay off property, then suites in non-Disney hotels, which often have free transport to the parks, are usually very comfortable and run a fraction of the cost of a Disney suite, but of course you don't have that Disney magic. Next up, activities. If money's no object, you're going to pay for Premier Ultimate, which costs between £2 and £250 per person per day, and gives you the ability to skip line on pretty much every ride. Whilst this is great, the truth is if you rope drop, keep an eye on wait times and buy one or two individual fast passes or premier accesses, this is usually more than enough to get all the big rides done at a fraction of the cost. And if you want that VIP feeling and don't want to pay for it, then consider using single rider queues. These are usually 50 to 70% shorter wait times than the main queues, but they are only on select rides. Another popular activity is full VIP tours. These cost around £2,000, but they allow groups of up to 10 people to have a 6-hour guided tour with a cast member, which includes skipping all those ride wait times, skipping the lines for character meets, as well as getting all the magical secrets and details about the parks. This price doesn't include park tickets. Moving on, and for big activities, we're talking weddings. What Disney fan doesn't love the idea of getting married at the most magical place on earth? And Disney has an entire website dedicated to making amazing wedding dreams, proposals or renewals come true, with prices starting from around £10,000 and going into the £150,000 plus category. Whether it's getting married in the castle, exclusive use of the Molly Brown riverboat, Disney can make it happen. And finally, for big private events, whilst this is aimed at companies and businesses who usually have the money to spare, if you can afford it, Disney has convention centres built into a number of the deluxe hotels, and this can be anything from a super fancy customised dinner to the ultimate flex, private park access. Whether you want to book just a land or an entire park out, this is possible, but be warned, the price for this will be insane. Usually this happens post normal park closing time, but Disney does occasionally close the parks early for private events. If you want a taste of this though, without the big price tag, we recommend waiting back after the fireworks show's finished at the end of the night. We usually get a bench and have a glass of wine while the park crowds clear out, and then we get to enjoy Central Plaza, a stroll past the castle and through Main Street virtually empty on the way out. It's only a few minutes of having the park to yourself, but it is special. For those wanting fancy dinners, character dining is the way to go. If you eat at Plaza Garden and you're a party of around 6 or more people, you might get lucky and get the semi-private dining room. Moving on, and let's talk exclusive clubs. One thing Paris doesn't really have that the American parks have is Club 33. This is an ultra exclusive membership that costs, shockingly, £33,000 to join and grants you access to private lounges and dining areas in the parks. There is no direct equivalent in Disneyland Paris, but there is something called Salon Mickey. If you've ever used the Disneyland Paris park bag storage, then you stood right next to Salon Mickey. This small exclusive lounge was built for Disneyland Paris shareholders as a reward when they were building the parks. This is a legacy thing and there's no official way to buy access or get in if you weren't a Euro Disney investor. This said, if you have rich friends who invested, they can bring you in as a guest, and I suspect if money's no object, there might be a price that Disney would let you have a membership. Last but not least, the rich love shopping, and whilst merch isn't usually cheap, if you've got cash burning a hole in your pocket, there are some great places to spend it. Harrington's Fine China and Porcelains sell beautiful art and collectibles ranging from mild to wild. And likewise, Disney Gallery store in Disney Village has amazing items well worth a look. As well as original art though, they do sell prints, so if you see something you love, don't be put off going in, as often these prints are significantly more affordable. Finally, let's cover a few extra tips on plussing your trip without breaking the bank. And the first one is for transport. If you're not driving, for me, splurging 40 or 50 euros for a private taxi can take the stress out of getting trains, with the added bonus that if there's a lot of you it can actually work out cheaper than paying for individual train tickets. 2. We covered paying to skip the queue or skip a ride or two. Disney now offers reserved spaces for fireworks shows. These are about 18 to 20 euros a person, but for me, to save half an hour waiting to secure a reasonable spot is worth it on its own. The added plus here is the reserved standing area is right in front of the castle. This is a great lower cost way to really plus your trip and get a great view of the fireworks. Number 3 is annual pass parties. If you're already an annual pass holder, you get access to 4 annual pass holder only events throughout the year after the parks close. Whilst this isn't the same as having access to the park just for you and your friends, the lower crowds and wait times mean this is a great way to plus future trips. And that's another video. Thank you for watching, and if you like this content, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up and hit that notification button for more. This is Adam, and until next time, just keep swimming.